change your census status because it's okay to check American Indian. I've been doing the shit. A lot of other folk I know been checking American Indian. Start checking that shit. No matter what form you feel like, check it. Check it. Check it. They can't do shit. Check it. Check that motherfucker, man. Have that shit on file for when your kids do that genealogy. Hold on, we got one. We got one. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But just read these terms with our third eye and understanding, understanding, overstanding so people can understand how claiming black is not real. So real quick, on the census, an American Indian or Alaska Native, notice how they said or because those are two different people. Alaskan Native are the ones who came from the Bering Strait, the ones that be arguing with us all on Facebook. You guys ain't real. Boy, you from Alaska. But anyways, American Indian though. A person having origins in any of the original people of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation of community attachment. We got one out the two. Well, we most definitely original. Here's how they reclassify you. They took the tribal affiliation. That's your nation. That's your nationality. It's the tribal affiliation. And this is why I try to talk about the different tribes there are instead of the norm. I'm like, man, Nachas did. Fox tribe did, man. Algonquin, Iroquois did. Lucayan, Barbados, Carib did. Even if you from California, find out if you got some Lucayans, because a lot of us is from the West Indies too. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. Hey, you might got some Carib, got some, got Lucayan, got some Tiano, Erwin, you know what I'm saying, right along with some Seminole, some Cherokee, you got all that. All that. They took the tribal affiliation from us. That's why now we are the original people. And they know that. Oh yeah, we most definitely know you're the original people. But prove it. That's what they mean by prove it. But prove it. But prove it. What reservation you on? Reservation, boy, that's a concentration camp. What the fuck you talking about, boy? Our ancestors fought to not go on no reservation. But the Alaskan natives was more than happy to go on the reservation for the casinos and get the money and the reparation of the American Indians. Man, it's a cold game. It's the tribal and the community. We have a community, but we too busy calling it this. We got a community and we got tribal affiliation, but we too busy calling our community this though. That's the problem. No such thing as a black community. I ain't never seen a community full of black people a day in my life. I seen a community full of American Indians and copper colored people in my life. Well, so what about the tribal affiliation, man? Look, check this out. We got the power of affiliation. What the fuck we say go. Ain't nobody call us African American until we start calling ourselves that. Ain't nobody start calling us no motherfucking colored and Negro and shit until we start calling ourselves that and start going by that. We control the narrative. That's one of the powers and one of the things that they do not tell us. But it happens every day with our power of influence. We control the narrative. If we control the narrative, we write the story. He who wins the war writes the story. Technically, we won the war, all 250 of them. We just never wrote our story. We gave them our story for them to write and twist it and we gotta tell our story. Cause ain't nobody gonna tell it like us. Ain't nobody gonna bring the proof like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit matters. But now, so all of these Keyword is original peoples. A person, Asian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for an example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysian, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. Now, the original peoples having origins of the original peoples. Okay, melanation. I'm just saying. So now, a lot of the original peoples are over here. They sent them to California. All my brothers and sisters in California who are American Indians, and you kind of got little Asian features. Yeah, man, what's happening? They didn't want no Negroes on their continent. So they sent all the quote unquote dark skinned folks. That's why they rounded up the Negroes and Negratas. They round us all up. The whole plan was to get all the melanated people off of these lands that I wanted. They took all the melanated folks from Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia. This is Malaysia. This is why some of the Malaysians look like Ice Cube. You know, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. They took all the melanated people from there and they shipped them over here and they landed in California as well. So now, that whole exile, they was doing a cleansing of these islands, man, like for real. Even all the way down to the native islands of Hawaii and everything, man. They wanted to round up all the dark-skinned people and send them one place. And they sent them here with the other melanated people because this is the real or part of the motherland, because, America and Africa was one continent, made the big motherland, Pangea and Atlantis and stuff. But, man, it's deeper than what people just saying. So I was like, man, why are we so divided? Why are we so divided? So now, original peoples. Now you get to Black or African American. A person having origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. Now, here's where it gets twisted. Original people. Origins in any of the Black, lowercase, Black, lowercase, it's a description, it's an adjective, racial groups of Africa. Terms such as Haitian or Negro can be used in addition to Black or African American. You wanna know what's crazy about Haitian? We are literally in Latin America. And if anything, we would be part of Latin America, but they don't want to put us in Latin America, knowing that we in Dominican Republic is on the same motherfucking island. Like literally the same island. But and we speak French, which is a Latin language. The Moors came there and they spoke Latin, French, Italian, Spain, all that, what I'm saying? Yeah. We're not considered Latin America because Latin America ties us in to American Indian. They always gotta leave out the dark skinned Indians, you feel me? But who are considered Latin America, who's tied to American Indians. We ain't gotta say nothing, we ain't gonna go there. But so now, origins versus original peoples. Original people versus origins. Any origin. Not a person having you feel me? Like, not a person having origins to any of the original peoples of Africa, at least. No. They ain't want to give you that much because then that's too close to being to Moors and Israelites and shit like that. Because I told you, no matter how they flip it, it always comes back to us. So this is why they flip it. Everybody's the cool one, but we the only ones that get flipped around. And I wonder why, man. We keep saying, bro, like they ain't doing this shit because we weak. They changing our shit like this because we are them are us, man. Quit playing with us. So if we so-called Africans, as people say we are, it would make sense to be like everybody else. You know, it should say a person having origins to any of the original peoples of Africa. If that's the case, if we all African, aren't we the original peoples of Africa then? Any origins of everything? Shit don't sit right with me, man. But you know, shit don't sit right with me. But Hispanic and Latino, a person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South and Central American. Pause. Remember what I told you, the reason why they don't want to consider Haitian as Latin America, because Latin America has ties to Central and South America, which brings you right back here to American Indian. Okay. So all my Afro Latinas, you an American Indian. You are not African. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Ain't nobody else gonna keep it 100 with me. I mean, with you, I will. You know damn well your grandmama as well told you that you was some type of American Indian from them islands. Quit playing. Taino, Erwick, Lucayan, she told you something. So now, in other Spanish culture or origin, regardless of race, man, what? Hold on, boy. Hispanic and Latino, they did y'all dirty too. Listen to how they did y'all like they did us, because we are the same people. A person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, and South or Central American or other Spanish culture, Spanish, Spain-ish culture. You know what I'm saying? It sounds better when you say it like that. South or Central American or other Spain-ish culture or origin, regardless of race. Regardless of race. It don't even, we ain't even gonna go there. The term Spanish origin, a Spanish origin, can be used in addition to Hispanic or Hispaniard or Latina. Latino, Tiano, Latino, Tianos, Latinos. It's a play on word. That's why it goes back to American Indians. So now, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, a person having origins in any of the original people of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, and other Pacific islands. Huh. Uh-oh. I've been waiting on this. White. Even white. Bro, look, hold on. Hold on. Even white got original people, dog. Hold on. We get origins of the black race, racial groups. Everybody got original people. Even white. They got original people. But we know that the melanated Europeans are the original people. Check this shit out. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. Y'all notice those countries are Moorish and Israelite lands as well. Cause please don't make me pull up the Fatherland Noah map, man. We already know about the green areas that stretch the Ireland, Northern Africa, the Middle East. It stretched from America, Ireland, Spain, Italy, Western, Northern Africa to the Middle East and to some parts of Germany was Sham's territory. Now, white, Middle East, North Africa. Listen, y'all. Listen. With the census, the reason why I and many others always say that when you do your genealogy, be careful, because some of your ancestors are down as white. or mulatto, for the simple fact that that is code word that they were a melanated European or a melanated Middle Eastern, more Israelite, or a melanated North African, more. And what comes with being white? White privilege, high credit scores, grants, loans, colleges, and so while we sitting here thinking that when like we thinking inside the box, people check white, you oh man, all white people check white. No. Read what it says now. Now all white people check white. It's people from the Middle East as dark as me who's checking this box. It's people from North Africa that's darker than me who's checking this box, like Egyptians. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? They checking this box. So now when you think about the statistics of white people here in America, the only pure white race that Benjamin Franklin said was the Saxons. And they are the only minority here. Everybody else is swarthy. Come on. If you remove those North Africans and those Middle Easterns and those white Hispanics who check that, if you remove all them people, the extinction is near. The extinction is near. The extinction, it's near. That number drops all the way down. Just believe it. This is for statistics. This is for paper. This ain't for real. This ain't for real. This is race don't exist, man. Listen, the racial category was created by some racist people in the first place. This shit ain't real. The Saxons are the only pure white race on the face of this earth, but we know that they hybrids. They're creatures. They're WIGHT. Yeah, man. We know what's up with them. Like race don't exist, man. Melanin comes in black and brown. Brown comes in many shades. Peak game. This is the division. This division. And it's fucked up mislabeling. A person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. Not saying a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Africa. That's what it should say. If we're Africans, as they say. If we're Africans, then we have ties to original people of Africa. But it don't say that. It say any origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. So that means if you was to send a copper color American Indian to Africa and he or she have kids on that soil, he fits or she fits this black racial group. Because we know American Indians got sent to Africa and Europe. Quit playing with me. We'll pull up the documents for the trolls that be watching. So now, white having a person origins to any of the original people in Europe, the Middle East, North Africa. Didn't they just bring a whole bunch of Middle Easterns over here and they gave them cribs, grants, money, and all? Yeah, because they white, man. They white. They know what lineage they come from. I'm gonna put it like that. Yeah, some of our ancestors was some of these white Europeans, but we ain't talking about white. I mean not white Europeans, but melanated Europeans. But we ain't talking about melanated Europeans for a second. Put a pin in it. We talking about the Middle East and the North Africa. Because we know that America's the real old world. We know that the mutations and shit happen over there. We know that the Middle East, India, and all that, they have the highest level of albinos being produced. And we know the sub-Saharan part of Africa have the most albinos being produced. So if you have to splice people, you need albinos. So the out of Africa theory is not for us, copper color, antediluvian, Atlantis, Lemuria people. For them. So they need the albinos. So you take the albinos, you take the children, you mix the children, you create the offspring, the hybrids and stuff like that. These people in the Middle East now, not back then, that when we were stumping them grounds, but now are the hybrids. Some of the North Africans and shit like that that's checking white, they know who they are. They, bro, look, man, do I gotta refresh our memory? Let me refresh our memory. This dude is Middle Eastern. If y'all didn't look, man, this dude, this man, Middle Eastern. If I could take a screenshot of the next one, I'll pull it up. I don't think. Hold on, man. Let me see if I can pull it up. Look, man. Look. Check this out. Take a quick screen. Look, man. Look. Come on. I had to take a picture of my gallery real quick. Look. They from India. So, first dude with the face, Middle Eastern. India. Come on, man. Where these people created these folks at? They couldn't do it over here. Man, we got different blood, man. They couldn't do it. We don't produce albinos like that. We produce ocular albinos. This is why so many of us have different color eyes and shit like that. But that's as far as our albinoism goes. It's just different color eyes and shit like that. I mean, yeah, of course, over times we might have mixed and stuff, but man, let me show y'all one more time, bro. Look, come on, look, come on, man. Look, look. So now, and catch up in the comments. My bad, y'all. Y'all know I get on the roll real quick. Let me catch up in the comments real quick. Yeah, Polynesians, most definitely. Like saying we are nothing, there must be an original. Yeah. Everyone I know in the hood got Indian in their family, most definitely. Yep, we got played. So where are you reading this from? Census records. Census records. Notice I'll say original people except black, right? So I'm white on census. I'm about to go back and check mine. Yeah, you can correct your status. That's why I was telling people. I'm about to go back and claim. It was illegal to claim Indian. Oh yeah, most definitely. Mike Brown. My grandmama used to tell me that like our ancestors really used to get lynched and killed like that. All those lynchings and killings that happened back in the days because we used to claim our Indian heritage and shit. Like we was really still fighting for stuff that we were supposed to get, and they was trying to silence us and all that type of stuff. Man, they only be telling half the story. Mexicans check white too, yup. Oh yeah, they most definitely check that. Pop your shit, big dog. Most definitely. What's happening, Capone? Yeah, they gotta pad the number. Half breeds accepted. Got a live event.